My mama proud she had me. Can't let nobody surpass me. I moved to the back like an athlete. Got a little buzz, but these zippers on chance me. Just take a look at my rap sheet. Independent, many so can't stand me. Won't stop till I got me a Grammy, a crib with a leg and a whip for my granny. I ain't never had me no plan B. Look at me now, got a problem, get at me.
Came a long way, came a long way, came a long way, came a long way, been a long way, real long way, and it's still that way, still that way, still that way, still broad day, live that way, drill that way, came a long way.
From the stadium that hosted Super Bowl 48 back in 2014, there's a look at MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup on tap, as it'll be the defending Super Bowl champions, the Kansas City Chiefs, taking on the New York Jets. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. Taylor now will return it. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
They'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. Now the second-year man back from injury, it's Breece Hall. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's Rodgers. Setting up the screen for Cook. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet first down.
And as you're game planning as a staff, you go through all the different ways you can neutralize the other guy's pass rushers. Extra linemen, leave a tight end in, bring the running backs back in to block. Or you can do this, a little simple screen pass, and it works to perfection.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And some room to roam now. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 33. And that play started back at their own 33. They had a chance to limit his yardage, but he was able to fight off that tackle.
So it's not just the responsibility of the guys who missed the tackles along the way. It's all 11 on defense, able to stop this guy, unable to do it on that play. They've got to find a way. How about his ability to break through and gain that yardage?
On 1st down, right back to Hall. Nick Bolton there on the tackle. The Jets at 1-2 through the first 3 weeks of the season. And they got off to the good start, but then 2 straight losses since.
And now you start to wonder about what this does for a team's morale, how it affects their psyche, because let's face it, you work all summer pointing toward that opening game, you get the win, but then you don't carry it on from there. How will they bounce back from these losses and try and get right?
And check down, complete to Hall. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Pretty solid opening drive here, Charles. They've worked in the run game, the pass game, just steadily getting yards, and now they've got it inside the red zone here with an opportunity.
And the only thing they don't have so far is points. But the way that they're moving the ball now, that shouldn't take much longer. And they've established a great balance so far. Running, passing, doing what they want on offense.
Hall on a give up the middle. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. The impressive opening drive continues and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
Hall again on second down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
8th play of this opening drive coming up. This is 3rd down. Now Rodgers. He has a man. It's complete to Wilson. And the Jets are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Well, no question, this is exactly how they wanted to start this football game. And nice pass there. Now they're set up beautifully, Charles, to finish this off with a touchdown.
Yeah, but they've still got to finish it off, partner, and that means they've got to execute at this stage of the field. So we've seen many teams march it right to the goal line and not cash in.
And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Dalvin Cook, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jets put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Cordero Patterson to return it, bringing it out of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Now a 7th-round surprise from a year ago. It's Isaiah Pacheco. Quinnen Williams, so hard to block, and he shows it that time, making the tackle for loss.
Sometimes I think these defensive tackles get a little bit of a bum rap. We just see them as big guys that eat up blockers for others to make tackles. Oftentimes they're quicker than they get credit for. And this time he uses quickness to make a play.
To throw, it's Mahomes. He'll check this one down to Pacheco. And they'll get him down here at the 23. Calling a gain of 6 on the play. 3rd and 7 now.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. The throw for Tony is intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Whitehead. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said,
oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And the Chiefs will take over possession here up at the 44. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Again, it's Pacheco. And no luck at all to start this drive as they're going to drop him behind the line for a second straight play. Third down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard.
When you talk about this Jets defense,
this crew against the pass, it's been a real struggle. Second from the bottom in the NFL, number 31.
And those are the kind of plays that this unit needs to make, because they know that going against a team of this magnitude and the way that they're playing, they cannot afford to let them get on a roll or chip away their timing.
4th down, so Kansas City sends out Tommy Townsend.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards.
And the Jets will take over.
At their own 27-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
They fake the give. Now Rodgers. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd.
That's a good bounce-back play right there after taking a sack on 1st down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And incomplete. They tried to drop it off, but he couldn't hold on.
Excellent defensive effort to get to him and provide a little contact before the catch could be made cleanly.
And here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. Take it in at the 22.
Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards.
And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now.
Here's Pacheco to begin the drive.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. After 1-7-0 on EA Sports.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Jets 7, Chiefs 0.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Here's Mahomes to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
What we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
A 40-yard punt, no return, and the Jets will take over 1st and 10. The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Rodgers to throw on 3rd and 1. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. Room to maneuver at the 45. And down to the 16-yard line. It's a big play there for the Jets on 3rd down. And even 50 yards.
Well, as my dad would say sometimes, I'm just scratching my head here trying to figure out what was going on there defensively. How did you lose him in the middle of the field? If you're going to lose a receiver, make sure it's someone on the short side of things, not deep downfield, that can hurt your defense.
This will be caught just inside the 10. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
In motion, the tight end.
On 2nd down, a run with Hall.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line.
60 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3-and-out.
They'll run with Hall.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, I know a defensive coordinator is going to be pretty excited about what he just saw there. Great knockback by their front. And now with the ball where it is, I would expect to see the offense throw the ball on 2nd and 3rd down here.
Here's Hall again.
And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown.
Breece Hall,
his first touchdown on the year.
And the Jets have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. On the return, here's the dangerous Cordero Patterson.
And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Pacheco gets it again on second down.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on third down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Mahomes looks to throw on third down. Caught right side. It's Lewis.
And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
They brought in a heavy set on third down, and that usually means running play. But we have seen them throw out of that formation. And sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one. Wound up hitting him for a first down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Headed straight, it's Pacheco.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race.
Loose inside the 30, inside the 10.
And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown.
Isaiah Pacheco.
His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Chiefs have cut it back within a score.
They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And that'll make our score 14-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Taylor decides not to try to return it, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
On play action, now Rodgers.
Open man downfield is Hardman. He's got it.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. We've hit the 2-minute mark in the second quarter. 14-7. 27 yards there, a first down. Cook up the gut. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
Play action. Now it's Rodgers. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on third. To throw, it's Rodgers.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Mike Edwards picks it off.
And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good, and then you give up the touchdown on the last drive, now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
Hey, 57, 57. Let's get it now. Let's get it right now.
Pacheco gets it again on 2nd down.
And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30.
70 yards rushing for him now to this point.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll try for the first with Pacheco.
Calling no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
Now that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
And if it was sunny, maybe this is a field goal attempt, but with the rain, they're going to go for it on 4th down. Mahomes now to throw. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. That's a 4th down pickup of 10 yards and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side.
Yellow.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And this one is incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Pacheco gets it up the gut.
And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. Now a timeout signal for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
That was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on 1st down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Looking to throw is Mahomes. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
With his height, that's exactly where you want to put it for him. But even that throw was a little tall to connect for the touchdown.
Butker's kick here is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10.
Well, still some climbing left to do to get back to even, but forcing a turnover and getting the field goal there, that's a small step toward erasing the early deficit.
Absolutely. That interception field goal, that's the beginning of what they hope will be several steps towards erasing that deficit and building a lead of their own by the time this game is over.
So we've hit halftime here at MetLife Stadium with the home team, the Jets, leading this one. As we'll send you down the coast
Both
now
these
to
teams
Orlando.
get a chance
That's where
to
we
dry
find
out.
Jonathan
Maybe
Coachman
change their
ready with
cleats
our
if
EA
need be.
Sports
But
halftime
halftime's
report.
just about over.
Coach.
Time to get back to it. And for the call of the second half, here's Brandon Gaudin.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
From his end zone, here comes Patterson. And he returns this to the 22.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10.
KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
2nd and 10. Mahomes going to throw. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
And I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with. Some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting the 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. Now Mahomes. And he'll find Pittman. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. That one goes for 24 yards. Mahomes now on first down. He's got this to the rookie, Rashee Rice. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that can really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Let's face it, that's just a helpless feeling for a running back there. He's looking up to find a hole, and all he finds is a whole lot of ticked-off linebacker.
Throwing now is Mahomes. He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. That ball is caught. Marquez Valdes-Scantling. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 14. How about 25 yards on 3rd down? They'll take it.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
They run it with Pacheco from the gun. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11. And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. So the completion gets him just a yard. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense, because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Well, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
That was well played, but that's also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and can be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They'll start on the ground. Hall trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there. Second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
The third quarter now, a one-point game as they line up 2nd and 10. Now it's Rodgers. Throwing for the out route, he finds Wilson.
A lot to talk about when it comes to Garrett Wilson, the reigning offensive rookie of the year. Last season, really embraced the wide receiver one role in New York. Broke Keyshawn Johnson's rookie record for yards, and one of the brightest young stars at his position lives up to that by getting another Jets first down.
They'll give to Hall, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Chris Jones that time coming in with a tackle behind the line.
Oftentimes when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Here's Rodgers to throw. He finds Wilson. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A gain there of 21 yards. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 43.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out.
And Rodgers intercepted a third time. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And the Chiefs are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. So this offense moving the ball well, trying to open up a 2-score lead here in the third quarter. But now potentially a play that could have big ramifications.
Yeah, you've driven the ball down the field. Things are looking up, but it takes just one bad decision to throw things off the rails.
They'll start the drive here with Pacheco. Now he's free to midfield. How about this? He's to the 10. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Chiefs have taken the lead here in this third quarter. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
And this will be caught as they convert here for 2. And, of course, on the 2-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taken at the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began, thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he'll find Hall. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. A real letdown down defensively. That was third and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Now Rodgers. Going to look deep for Wilson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, you got to think that sooner or later they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Rodgers to throw once more. They'll set up the screen for Hall. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
And that was a beautifully executed screen pass. They let the rushers get upfield and get the escorts in front, meaning the offensive linemen, other blockers out in front. Completed the pass beautifully. So now you've got all that open space with big guys leading the way.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Chiefs are going to get the football back as time will run out in this third quarter of play. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A handoff now for Pacheco. Brought down at the 20.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
From the 20, here's 2nd down and 8.
15.
Here's Pacheco once again. And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on 1st down quickly negated. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Butker's kick here is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal to start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. That one good for 37 yards.
And here's a spot where this offense says, we got to start making something happen. We're down 2 scores. It's the 4th quarter. We've got to start moving with some urgency. And here's a big play that gives them a ray of hope that they can get back in this one.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Get 300. Get 300.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. Straight ahead is Hall. There he goes, left side. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Breece Hall, his second touchdown of the night. And the Jets have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Well, time to let those folks know who are tuning in looking for the late local news. And we may be a moment because we've got a game again.
And, partner, except for those on the West Coast where it'll be seen in its regular time, right? That's the way it works, doesn't it? But how about that? Big-time drive right there. If they're going to have any chance, they needed a touchdown there. And they went right down the field and worked their way into the end zone.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Now it's Patterson. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Their lead back down to one score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
A give right side for Pacheco. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 172 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the fourth quarter, we see both teams hold up the four fingers, fourth quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the four fingers for a 4-minute offense, and this offensive line is really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it, and let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that for the first play of the drive there. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. To throw, it's Mahomes. And incomplete on the deep ball.
That was for the lead right there. They know they're in a position where fortune favors the brave. So they took their shot, but couldn't connect.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. Hardman on the return. Now a hit and a loose football. And it looks like one of the DBs has it. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
I feel like you and I could be in our backyard with our dads right now. What did they always say when they were throwing us the ball? Look it all the way in. Make sure you secure it. That had the feeling of not happening there on that play, but he didn't have full control of the ball.
When that punch coming in, I've never returned punch, but I would imagine it's tough to monitor those guys coming full steam ahead at you.
It really is. You try and get that peek to know where they are about whether you should fair catch it or not, but sometimes you just have to have a sense, a feeling, and just have to make sure, number one, though, you catch the ball and put it away.
Here's Pacheco headed right. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Adrian Amos up to make the tackle. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They face a second down, but they are in field goal range. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here.
Again, it's Pacheco.
He will push his way down to about the 14. After that run, still a good amount of meat on the bone here for this 3rd down play. Can you envision them putting this in the air?
Totally. I mean, look at who he has under center right now. If you can't trust him with the football, you can't trust anyone. And frankly, to me, I want the ball down the stretch. Get the 1st down, keep it in the hands of my offense. I don't want to turn it over to them and rely on my D.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down.
Now Mahomes. Over the middle, it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. You ready for a Captain Obvious comment?
Let's go. Go with it, please.
He had the 5 picks last week. He's got to be much more pleased. Just the 1 interception. They've got the lead here in the 4th.
And not only is he pleased, his entire team is. Because throwing those 5 interceptions affects everyone. That's extra work for your defense and not enough possessions for your offense. He's flipped that ratio around in this game.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Got to give a lot of credit to the defensive front there. They held their ground, pretty much stoned them on that play, and ended up creating a lost yardage play.
Yeah, drop them from the 1 back to the 2. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal.
Once more, it's Pacheco.
And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal.
Here's Pacheco.
And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
So the 2nd down run didn't work. They run it again on 3rd down and get in. I wasn't sure if they might pass it, Charles. We know that they like to mix it up down here around the goal line.
Yeah, almost felt like the offensive line said, forget mixing it up. Let's call our favorite running play over our best blockers, and let's get this one in.
And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through.
Well, trailing here in the 4th quarter, and that personal foul, that only adds to the hole that they're currently standing in.
Yeah, absolutely a bad job of just losing your cool and letting your anger take over. Mistakes like that, not going to help you at this stage of the game.
And this will be brought out to the 25 as Taylor elects to not return it. This is 1st and 10.
Hey, take 26. Go to 50.
Rodgers to throw. And the Chiefs are going to get him. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
This definitely 4-down territory at this point, but a critical 3rd down here.
Now Rodgers. Flushed out right.
That's caught by Wilson. And he'll get a fair amount of yardage back, but now it's 4th down.